53-7. Mr. President, what we are discussing here is a serious matter, no doubt about that. And with your kind permission, Mr. President, my respected colleagues, I would like to read the order. It shall be out of order to use offensive and insulting language. I will explain. Mr. President, I am in government, and somebody is asking, do we really have a government? That is offensive. Order. And of course, Mr. President, Mr. President, and there is a commander. There is a commander. Hold on. There is a commander-in-chief. There is a commander-in-chief of the armed forces. And going beyond what we are discussing, I'm on my feet. Going beyond what we are discussing, I do know, as a Nigerian from the southern part of this country, that a lot is happening. A lot is being done on a daily basis by the security forces. Not about that. And then somebody, a distinguished senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
he's not distinguished again,
is asking the question, do we really have a government? Mr. President, hold on.
You should withdraw.
Mr. President, with emphasis laid. Mr. President, with emphasis laid. Yes. No, I'm coming. I've not finished.
Sorry, please take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Very distinguished colleagues, again, I have to warn about the seriousness of this matter. We are talking about lives and properties of those we are representing. So we need to take it every seriousness it deserves. Please. So please. So on this issue again, I have ruled on this earlier. We should be able to allow our colleagues to express their opinion. It is important we do that because this place we are sitting is the hallmark of democracy. This is the seat of democracy, and this place is the highest point when we are talking about freedom of speech. So I should please allow our colleagues, and I have not seen. He said it was again. So the point I'm making is that he asked a rhetorical question whether there is a government. I have answered him in the affirmative. There is a government. So the answer is it. So Adetunmbi, can you proceed? I hope it's not on this issue because I've ruled on this matter. Point of order, Ahmed.
Thank you, sir. Please keep quiet. Keep quiet. People are not supposed to be talking here.
Chief Whip, can you control the house?
Keep quiet.
Distinguished senators, Senate in session, please. If you want,
I have recognized Ahmed Lawal to speak.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
No more. Let's not indulge in escapism.
You want to speak? Raise your hand and speak to the chair.
Well guided. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, my name is Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan. I represent the people of Yobe North. Mr. President, I'm coming under Order 53.8, and with your permission, Mr. President, I read, no senator shall impute improper motives to any other senator Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I came under this order because it is my conviction and understanding of the submission of our colleague here.
Again, you are interpreting the rules. So
It's all right. You can interpret, Mr. President.
No,
Thank you very much.
please. You say I've ruled on this matter, and again I invite Adetunbi to continue. No, I'm not taking any order on this matter. Please. Can we allow the district senator to make his point? Senator Adetunbi.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I only raised a rhetorical question. I only raised a rhetorical question that speaks to the heart of the concerns of Nigerians, of the need for them to be protected according to Chapter 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic, which, with your permission, I will read, that every person, every Nigerian has a right to life, and no one shall be deprived of intentionally of his life. We are talking here not across religion divide, not across regional divide. We are talking about the humanity of Nigerians and their entitlement to life and to pursue legitimate aspirations. Distinguished colleagues, the theory of failed states is not only predicated on economy and finances. Fundamentally, the first signal that makes a state to be called failed or failing is the absence to guarantee the security of life and property. And that is what we are talking about, whether in form of suicide bombing or not. And that is why I asked that question. Two, people are asking what happened to their elected representative, to the chamber, in terms of the resolutions that their representatives are passing for appropriate arms of government to respond. They want to know. This is the question people are asking. They are not asking for condolences. They are not asking for 1 minute of silence. They are not asking for compensation. They are asking for life. That's what Nigerians are asking for. And we must ask these questions. These questions we must ask as a legislature, because we are here to represent people that voted for us. Something must be wrong with us as a nation if in 10 months we can count hundreds of people that have been killed involuntarily, violently, and nothing seems to be happening, and there seems not to be any sign that this will be abated. I beg to say here that the issue before us is not an issue of Muslims versus Christians. It's not an issue of Christians versus pagans. It is not an issue of South versus North. It is not an issue of ACN versus PDP. It is not an issue of opposition versus ruling party. It is the issue of the security of life of Nigerians. And that is what we are talking about.
The fundamental obligation.
Mr. President.
Look at this.
In closing, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, Nigeria has a challenge, and let this challenge let this challenge not be said to be that of failure of government. Let this challenge not be said to be a failure of leadership. Let this challenge not to be said to be the failure of our public institutions. I so rest my case.
All right, thank you. Senator Baribe.
Mr. President,